One of the questions that I get asked most often is how long should my book be? Now, I want to establish this from the get-go. This video is for nonfiction books for people that are trying to use their book to grow their business, make an impact, often resulting in coaching clients, speaking engagements, consulting gigs, done-for-you services, and many, many other opportunities. And so the question is, how long should your nonfiction book be? Well, we're going to break it down here in this video. And I want to kind of start by talking about breaking some of the perceptions that we have around the length of a book. And the first one is this. Look, don't worry what Google is saying. You can type in, what is the length of a good nonfiction book? And you will find answers that support any amount of word count that you are actually looking for. You'll see people say 20,000, 40,000, 60,000, 80,000. You'll see people do by pages. And this is all a bunch of hoopla that's been created over years and years and years by people who want you to believe what they have to say. And so what I want you to understand here is that as we talk about this video, don't focus on what everybody else has done. Yes, use books that you love, use books that have impacted you, use books that are in your genre as great reference points, but don't worry about what Google is saying. And after this video, I want you to take a deep breath because you'll have the exact answer you need to create the right length book for a nonfiction book that will grow your business. The next thing here is times have changed and what used to work doesn't work. All right. So in this training, in this video, we're going to break this down. But here's the idea behind this is people want to read books now that are manageable and that can be completed. All right. Previously, what used to be is, gosh, this has to be perfectly written. This person has to be they have to be a writer. They have to deliver incredible prose and it's got to feel good and it's got to be blah, 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 blah. Not anymore. Today are the days where people want you to feel as if you're speaking to them. People want to see your book as an extension of you so they can get to know you. People want to see that you are relatable to them. People want to read practical books. And so as you as the author, be practical, be relatable, and speak to them. Next is the goal you have plays a role in the length of your book. Okay? If you are trying to use your book to be able to give as many copies away, which is one of the strategies that I use all the time as a self-published author, is I give books away like hotcakes. Well, you want to consider that you might not want the longest book ever because you're going to have to ship it. You're going to have to send it. You're going to have to carry it on airplanes. That shit gets heavy and you can't carry as much. I'm more focused on volume of getting them into people's hands and making an impact that way. Okay. Now, one of the things that is also really important is thinking about with your goals is what do you want somebody to do next? Okay. Once they finish your book, what do you hope that they do after they finish your book? And if you want to grow your business, then we need to make sure that we have call to actions within the book. No matter how long your book ends up being, I recommend, a little tip here, is put call to actions that take them from your book to a lead generation page to collect their email address and further continue the conversation, okay? I recommend don't wait till the very end to only have one time where they can go get something for you or from you, okay? Next is finances play a role into the size of your book. Okay, finances play a role into your book. The longer your book is, on average, the more expensive it will be on your back end cost. So for example, my book, Big Idea to Bestseller, if you don't have it, you should grab yourself a copy of this. It is about 35,000 words, okay? It ended up being about 170 pages, okay? This book's about 170 pages. It is 5.5 by 8.5 size. It looks like this, okay? And it's about 35,000 words. Now, I know that when I buy books, it costs me $3.02 per copy of my book. So now, let's just say this, okay, and I'm using the paperback copy here. Let's say I want to give somebody my book and they are like, great, I'll give you my address and send me a copy of your book, okay? That's going to cost me $3.02 to buy the book. It's going to cost me probably another $2 to $3 to ship the book. It's about $5. Now I've gotten someone's email, their address, and a relationship. And they have my book in their hand. So now I'm getting a lead for $5 or $6. People dream about getting leads. If you do this digitally, you can get leads for 99 cents. This isn't a video about leads, but I just want to show you the range of what it looks like when it's 35,000 words, how much you could expect to pay per copy. The last thing I want to mention here when it's talking about how long should your book be, the truth of the matter is it should be as long as you absolutely need it to be to get the freaking reader the result they actually want. All right? Don't put a bunch of fluff just to put a bunch of fluff. Don't make it a pitch fest. All right? Nobody wants that. Give them the information that's needed to get the reader the result that you've promised in the subtitle of your book. All right? That's the critical thing. Don't add extra fluff just to fill up space. All right, give them what they need in this book to get the result or the outcome that they desire. Give them what they need to solve the problem that they have. And really, just focus on turning what you already teach in the form of your story, your expertise, and your skills into the written form. All a book is a different delivery method of something that you've already done and have likely already been paid to do. So here's how I actually think about this, okay? I call this the airplane rule. And I think that a great book length, okay, and again, this is all speculative, but I've found that works really well for me, my audience, which I'm in the coaching industry, helping people write and launch nonfiction books. I have found that a really great frame of reference is what we call the airplane rule, which is that a reader should be able to finish a book if they were to take a flight from LA to Austin, Texas, which is about a 3-hour flight, okay? Now, give or take, you don't read on takeoff. You wait till you're in the air. You don't read on the landing. People get flight sick, car sick, whatever the terminology is here, right? And then people don't normally finish books. The longer books are, the chance of someone completing a book is less. And if you are writing a longer book and you want them to take action, but you only have a call to action in the back of the book, you're missing out on these opportunities, okay? The second flip side to that is when people do finish a book, they are more likely to take the next step because they feel a sense of accomplishment. They feel a win. Okay, so if you really want to help people, which is why most people write a book in the first place, if you really want to help somebody, then give them something that they can easily finish and digest. Okay, give them something that they can easily finish and digest. So let's break down how this works. The average reader reads about 250 words per minute, okay? The average reader reads about 250 words per minute. So over the length of an hour, that reader will average about 15,000 words, 2 hours, 30,000 words, 3 hours, 45,000 words. So I love the sweet spot of when people can read it in one sitting. I can't tell you the amount of times that people have said, Jake, I finished your book in one sitting. It was amazing. I was glued to it and I just finished it. Jake, I finished your book in 2 hours. We do that intentionally. And that creates excitement in the reader, which increases the chances of them doing what we want them to do after, which is to continue the conversation, to buy a course, to reach out for a coaching call, to apply to work with us, to hire us to speak, whatever it may be. So here's your goal with this, okay? Your goal in your book is to share your story. Share your story. Get the reader to feel that they know you by being relatable. Get the reader to feel like they like you, or at the very least, get the reader to have an opinion about you. Okay? We don't want to be bland. Get people to have an opinion of you, okay? And get the reader to trust you as an expert. There are people in the online space, in the business coaching space, where I have an opinion about them that naturally tends to be a little more negative, full transparency. However, I've still bought their products, okay? Because I respect them as the expert. And maybe I don't agree with everything they do, but I do know that because I've read their books, they are as legit as they come. And while I may have different thoughts, I'm still interested in what they have to offer, okay? Next is show your coaching and your expertise in your book. Your book goal is to show the reader that you are the person who can solve their problem, that you are the person that could take them to where they want to go, okay? And you want to get them a win before they even finish the book. And then lastly is show how a reader can continue. All right, show how a reader, where do you want them to go? Give them a very clear website. Give them a very clear text link. Give them a very clear next course of action so that the reader could be like, wow, I just spent 2 hours on my flight from LA to wherever. I love this book. I read this book. It's amazing. I know exactly what to do next. I click this link. I send a message. Boom, conversation's flowing, and you're having a great time. So this is all about how long your nonfiction book should be. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, would love for you guys to take a second to subscribe. We're really starting to focus on building this. So we'd love for you to take a second to subscribe. And also, if you want help writing, publishing, and launching your nonfiction book, we'd love to help you at Big Idea to Bestseller. And you can go ahead and just reach out to us and we'll take care of you, book you a call, and figure out how to help you bring your book to life faster than you ever thought possible. So that's what I got for you today. See you next time.